Pronunciation Crash Course. Consonants, manner of articulation. Not where the sound is articulated, but how. There can be complete closure, that is, no air escapes from the mouth or nose, or the space between articulators can be narrowed considerably, causing audible friction, or the space between articulators narrows, but not enough to cause friction. Stops. With stops, there is a complete closure of the articulators, so no air gets out through the mouth or nose. There are 6 stops in English: p, b, t, d, k, and g. Stops have 3 stages: the closing phase, the stop itself, and the release phase. Let's have a look at an example. The word upper. Upper. Upper starts with a vowel, then the mouth slowly closes and the lips close tight, and then the lips open and we produce another vowel. Upper. Upper. The release phase of p, t, k is explosive. Pill, till, and kill, but not b, d, and g, as in be, do, and go. Let's compare them. Let's compare pairs. Pie, buy. Tie, die. Kai, guy. The first sound in each of the pairs is explosive. Nasals. There are 3 nasals, m, n, ng. If the oral cavity is closed, in this case at the lips, if you look at the diagram, but the soft palate is down, there's the soft palate, the air can get out through the nose, forming a nasal stop or simply a nasal, in this case, m. 2 nasals can occur at the beginning and end of words or syllables. Mum, it's a bilabial closure. Noun, that's an alveolar closure. And 1 sound, ng, only occurs at the end of words or syllables. Sang, singular. Fricatives. A fricative is produced when there is a close approximation of 2 articulators. This produces a partial obstruction in the airstream and turbulent airflow is produced. Let's have a look at some examples. The labiodental fricatives f and v in fee, oaf, vi, and eve. The dental fricatives th and th in thigh, oath, thy, loathe. The alveolar fricatives s and z in sigh, ice, zoo, ooze. The palatoalveolar fricatives sh, zh in shy, ash, genre, luge. And finally, the glottal fricative in huge. Affricates. An affricate is a combination of a stop followed by a fricative. Audible friction can be heard when the sound is released. There are only 2 affricates in English, ch and j. We can hear the sound ch at the beginning of cheap and at the end of such, and the sound j at the beginning of German and at the end of page. Approximants. In the case of approximants, one articulator is quite close to another, but without the vocal tract being narrowed to such an extent that friction is caused. In other words, a turbulent airstream is not produced, as with fricatives. There are 4 approximants, y, w, and l. The first 3 are only found in syllable initial position in British English, y, w, The sound is found in syllable final position in American English. We have the palatal approximant y, as in yacht, a bilabial approximant w, as in woman, a post-alveolar approximant as in red, and in American English in more. Finally, a lateral approximant is found in syllable initial and syllable final position, as in lay and ale. Voiced versus voiceless. You may have noticed that the only difference between many similar sounds is that one is voiced and the other is voiceless. There are several of these minimal pairs. For example, p and b, t and d, k and g, f and v, th and th, s and z, sh and j, ch and j. The nasals and the approximants are all voiced. N, y, w, l. The glottal fricative is always voiceless and is only found at the start of words. Help home. All vowels and diphthongs are voiced.